I am looking at education as the first and probably still the most successful enhancement of our mind as humans. And so going from this perspective and looking at what is my background, on the academic side, I come from physics and after physics, biophysics. I am a teacher and a lecturer, collaborating and lecturing to designers and to architects and to urban planners, which introduced me to a completely new context of what is learning and what is creativity and what is creative thinking. Part of it, which I would really like to see change, is this idea of the genius. It's the way we perceive intelligence. We perceive intelligence as deeply related to genetic chance, as if we give it in the hands of the gods. It doesn't matter if these gods, you call them genes or you call them gods, but it's like the genius is born. We grew with IQ. Yes, we were measuring IQ, we were testing for IQ, whatever. And IQ would make you feel very okay with yourself. But actually today we are dealing with kind of problems that IQ cannot deal with. IQ is very specific, it's very narrow, it's very technical, it's very applied. And when you go to this level of problems, you need multiple point of views and you need different kind of paradigms and you need incredible abilities of collaboration in a fashion that does not become a waste of resources. So I think the kind of intelligence that we need is different. In the very background, one of the reasons why I find myself today being a lecturer, because specifically in physics, I really wish they would have taught it to me different. They really left out of the door the beauty, the mystery. I think the spirit of science should be taught first. Learning, first of all, about collaboration in knowledge production. Knowledge production, it's not a thing that happens to Kant in his study in Germany alone, closed away from all the city. But it's something that happens in some kind of collaboration. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's a collaboration across time because you're reading books, or maybe it's a collaboration across space. And within this, there are ways in which collaboration succeeds, and there are ways in which collaboration fails. And it's important to develop also this ability and this sensitivity, recreating the correlation between knowledge and the production of knowledge. Taking knowledge down from this holy altar and making it a process done by engaged researchers, which are humans. There isn't a final solution. There isn't a conclusive answer. At the same time, there is a way that feels right, but it's momentary, it's context related, it's connected to where it happens, with whom, in which fashion. One of the really important phrases that I encountered along the way, it was Varela and Maturana, and it was this simple phrase that everything that was written by someone. So again, it creates this ability to explore, to move to neighboring grounds, to make your own trial and error, and mostly to develop the kind of sensitivity that then you can walk with, because you begin to sense what really does work and what doesn't. And this, I think, is much more important than to know the right or the wrong way. It's more the sensitivity. It's like one step before. How do you navigate between different options? And there is always different options, but this is not the way it is being taught. I would love to see, the whole philosophy of Popper, like the perception of Popper that science is fallible, it's constantly changing, it's constantly updating itself, without saying Popper, without making it too complicated, but like to give this idea of a continuous process of in the making, and still while in the making having its own legitimacy. and demanding and commanding respect, but in the making.